Hello everyone, this is Dennis again, and now we're ready for C Part 2. And we start off with a really good band, the Churls. And this one, when did this come out? 69? This is actually their second album. The Churls. This one came out in 70, but they did have one before this, 69. I don't have it, I wish I did. It's got a great cover on it, and believe it or not, the Churl members are wearing hats that look exactly like the Devo hats. Like, now we know where Devo got that from, maybe. The Churls is a good hard rock band. 4 stars on this one. Ooh, nice stuff. Very psyche, especially the first album. But really good stuff. So if you see the Churls, don't get churlish about it. Just get it. Next is one of my favorite bands of all times, and I know I probably said that 100 times by now, and I'm only at letter C, but these guys are amazing. And that is Circus Maximus. Now, I'm sure you've heard that song, The Wind, which is a great long track. It's not much like the rest of Circus Maximus. It's an 8-minute track. Bob Bruno probably wrote that part. Bob Bruno was the keyboardist in Circus Maximus, and he wrote a lot of good stuff. The Wind is kind of jazzy, kind of folky. It's like White Bird by It's a Beautiful Day. It's the same type of a thing. It's just very evocative. And Circus Maximus also included Jerry Jeff Walker, who provided us with Mr. Bojangles, and he had a very successful country rock music career in the 70s. So it's unfortunate they didn't work out. One of the fun stories about Circus Maximus is they had a concert. They were from Texas, but they had a concert in New York where they were teamed up with a classical, kind of a Baroque classical group. And it wasn't a successful concert, but it was the anything goes attitude of the 60s. Well, why wouldn't you have a concert with classic music and psychedelic rock? What the heck? Now this, you got no reason not to believe this is psychedelic. And of course it is. Huh? Some people put down Circus Maximus because they say a lot of their songs are kind of punk or kind of like, I don't know what you call it. I guess you call it hard psych. But there's a lot of folk rock on both albums. And this album also has a nice long cut here. They tried to duplicate the success of The Wind, Hansel and Gretel, and Neverland Revisited. It's just a wonderful album. And you will see this one. This one's pretty easy to get. This one's a little bit harder, but they're both on Vanguard. Not hard records to get. And believe me, if you like that 60s jangly folk rock with the fuzz guitar and the weird lyrics, La Sea Shanty Baby. And one of the lyrics that really stuck in my mind is, what people do to each other, they wouldn't do to a dog. They do it in the name of justice, in the name of their God. Just, what a great group. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Enough about Circus Maximus. I could go on forever. And there was a later Circus Maximus, but that was hard rock. These guys definitely broke up after the second album. Next one is Clear Light. Now, Clear Light is another of those multitude of sites. That makes me wonder how they had time to issue all this stuff from 1966 to 70. But they did. And there's the inner sleeve. Great, great, great psych. Like all the others. Clear Light. And this, it's not rare. You will see it. Get it. I got any notes about Clear Light here? Let's see. Clear Light. I don't really know much about them. Clear Light. They're from Los Angeles. They had dual drums. And Robbie Robinson, Robbie the Werewolf, was a member. But it's worth picking up. It's definitely in the main collection. Now we have a band which is pretty much unknown for who they were and what they were. I mean, you got pictures of them in the back. The Clique. And this is on White Whale. Clique. 2.5-star Texas pop rock. Sounds like another White Whale group, the Turtles. Only less believable. But there is some psych on here, I believe. Let's see here. Just check out the groupie on the back cover. Well, this one's going to be kind of more of a light poppy thing. Probably something you don't absolutely have to have. It's not in the main collection. But It's fun. It's a good dollar bin record if you find it. Next we have the Cambridge concept of Timothy Clover, a Harvard Square Fair. Now, you know, it's probably going to be psych with a cover like that. And you're probably guessing it's probably Flower Power, kind of poppy psych stuff. It's on Tower Records, so I gave it 2 stars. It's pretty bad. Poppy psych, what else could it be? There's horns with no fuzz, so I mark it way down. There's only maybe 3 good songs on here. Dreamy pop psyche stuff, that's pretty good. Teardrop, good pop psych, One Day. Light pop psych, so that's what it is. There's 3 songs I noted on here that are worth having. Another dollar record, of course. Oh, I'd pay it too if you're gonna be picky about it. Next is another one of my favorite groups, and it is Canadian. Like I said before, Canadians have a massive amount of psych out there. The Collectors. This was a great, great band. It later became Chilliwack. The Collectors. And you know it's got to be psych with stuff like that. I give this at least 4 stars. I don't even have to look at it to know that. 4 to 5 stars. 4 to $5. 4 to 5 star psych. This is the great stuff. What a cover! Isn't that a great cover? Oh yeah. The Collectors. And we're fortunate that the Collectors were able to come out with a second album, and it's just as good as the first one. I think it was part of a soundtrack or something. Grass and Wild Strawberries. Again, it's a 4 to 5 star psych. They give you some some verbiage in there about what the concept was, prelude. Oh, it tells a story. It's sort of like a rock opera, you might say. And this was the early one. I think this was 69, The Collectors. Great, great stuff. You can't go wrong with The Collectors. And I definitely put that in the $20 on up. Gotta have it. Next we have a very strange looking one here. Colonel Bagshot. Oh, what a lovely war. Sort of like a Colonel Blunt thing going here, I guess. And there's Colonel Bagshot, very much Sergeant Pepperish, I might add, as you would imagine. This is indeed yet another Sergeant Pepper clone. Got the insert in here. Colonel Bagshot, there's the old Colonel. Looks like the General. He might sell you some insurance here. We'll have to find out. Okay, 2.5 star pop psych, Beatleish, of course. Good stuff on here. Lay It Down is a 5 star hard psych. Lord is a 5 star light psych. Good pop. Rest is Beatleish. It's okay. So again, a dollar record. You don't see it too often, but you might see it. Not essential, but definitely an excellent dollar record. If you get it, you go, I kind of like that. Next we have a nice prog rock group, Colosseum. Colosseum. I got a couple of their albums. I'm sure there's more than that. Colosseum. And as you can see, they got keyboards, lots of guitar, saxophone, very prog. Excellent stuff though. Really good stuff. Colosseum. For those who are about to die, we salute you. That, I believe that is regarded as their greatest album. This one's also very good. Colosseum, The Grass is Greener. If you like that, again, that transition from psych and progressive, this is a good way to go. And yet another cover of A Mysterious Woman. Next we have another poppy psych. It's in the main collection though, so it's got to be pretty good. It's on Dot Records. It's called Colors, and I think there may be 2 of these. This one, I believe, this looks pretty early. I'd say about 68. Got any notes on here? Colors. Yeah, they're from Lubbock, Texas. They include covers of Dylan, Stills, and so forth. It has a bizarre uncredited track where engineer sounds around backward looping. Backward looping for 2 minutes? Yeah, that's psych for you. The Colors. How many stars does this guy get? Well, he's got to get at least 3 stars to be in the main group. I didn't For some reason I didn't rate this one. But definitely $1, maybe 10. Now we have a really good one. And it's on Old Records, who gave us Spirit, one of my favorite groups. And that is The Comfortable Chair. And this was produced by none other than John Densmore and Robbie Krieger of The Doors. I don't know how these guys ever found time to produce everybody, but it's a great psych. It's a wonderful little psych. And I guess we are fortunate there are so many great psychs out there, considering the fact that psychedelic music was only really popular for maybe 2 years. Light but good psych. 4-star, ain't no good, great psych. 3-star, nice soft rock. 3-star, nice psych, I've seen ya. Moody psych, I love the moody stuff. Like the zombies, that's good stuff. So this is definitely a 3-star album. Comfortable Chair. Give it a try. I think you'll like it. Now the nice thing on YouTube is, like, I'd say 99% of the stuff you can listen to before you buy anyway, so you don't have to take my word for any of this stuff. But I try to summarize it for you, make it a little bit easier. Next one is another gem. And this is one called The Common People. And this was a group, it says Downer Psych with orchestration. Well, I think it's a little bit more than that. Let's see what I said about it. I gave it 3 stars. I said it's rare. It's not that rare. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 good psych songs in here. Some hard, some soft. It's got all the stuff you want. The fuzz guitar, the weird lyrics, the druggy influence. It's got it all. Not that I'm condoning drugs. Okay, next we have another good one here. And this is called Condello. It's on Scepter. Condello. Now Condello, I give it 4 stars. Pop Psych 1969, nice eclectic mix. Sgt. Pepper style. Ooh, curse you Beatles. The Beatles were wonderful. They may be the greatest band of all time. I think it's the Kinks, but the Beatles are probably the greatest. All right. And don't send me any hate notes. This is just my own personal opinion. Condello is a great psych. 4 stars. And it's got it all for you. Soft, hard, whatever you want. Next one is a Texas Psych. And you know you can't go wrong with Texas Psych. This one, this is not a reissue, but this is a later edition because Conqueroo never had an album to begin with. So they found the master tapes and they produced them in the 80s and 90s. Conqueroo. Great hard Texas Psych. Kick ass. Great stuff. Great stuff. Conqueroo. So if you like that hard Texas Psych, this is the stuff to get. Conqueroo. Next we have Copperhead. Now this is early 70s Columbia. It has one outstanding characteristic to it, and that is the guitarist in it. It was the same guy who was in Quicksilver Messenger Service. What was his name? Don't get old. Now, I'll think about it in a minute. Insert with it. Can't remember his name. Sorry, guys. But I will think of it. The guitarist in Quicksilver Messenger Service also played in Copperhead. He's a brilliant guitarist. Brilliant. Cipollino. That's it. Cipollino. Copperhead. Get it. Next we have a record I just picked up at Goodwill a month ago. And it establishes the rule I had, like if an album's got one good cut, you keep it. And that's this one, Copperhead. It's absolute dreck. Except for there's one long cut in here. It's called Stop the World. And it's 8 minutes. It's got fuzz guitar. It's got everything you want. Canadian group, about 69, 70. Not essential. It's a $1 record for sure. Next we have this is probably one of the most marginal of all. The Corporate Body. I don't know much about these guys. Where do they get these things? The Corporate Body. They're like a corporation here, the stock market gun, and saying it's only got maybe 3 good songs on it, and they're very poppy, maybe a light psych influence. I shouldn't even brought it up. This next group, holy moly, the Corporation. Oh boy, these guys are good. This is a psych. This is on the Age of Aquarius label. I know I got notes on the Corporation here somewhere. The Corporation. The Corporation. They're from Wisconsin. They say that the Age of Aquarius is forgettable. These are very light albums. They're only like about 12 minutes on them. You used to be able to get these sealed for under $10 a piece. Here's the second one, The Corporation. And these are all good, trippy, psyche stuff. Late 60s. But the album that gets the highest marks is this one. And this is the one where they go on to major label. It's on Capitol. And one story they used to tell about Capitol is if you weren't the Beatles or the Beach Boys and you went on Capitol, you'd be forgotten very soon. I don't know if that's true, but interesting story. This has a great long cut on it. They call it India. It's 19 minutes long. Of course, India was written by Coltrane. If you ever heard the original Coltrane version, you should hear it because John Coltrane was a genius. But this is also very good, and it's an excellent cut. Next we have Larry Coryell's first album. You're going to say, that's not psych. Well, it's amazing guitar, and it's really good. And he did some psych moves on it. This is from '69, so you're going to see it. Get it. It's good. I think you can't go wrong with any Larry Coryell albums. But the first one is very psyche. Very, very psyche. And then we get a really fun psychedelic album that everybody loves. And that's the Psychotic Reaction, guys. The Count 5. Oh, man. Punk. Psych. It's got it all. Great, great, great album. Wonderful stuff. Count 5. The Count 5. They were from California. A little girl psychotic reaction. Boom, 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 boom. Can't go wrong. Now, I know you know these guys. Country Joe and the Fish, but who could not talk about them? The first album is a 5-star must-have psychedelic. Electric music for mind and body and deed. Of course, they were from the Bay Area. Country Joe later had a successful solo career. This is the most popular one. I feel like I'm fixing to diarrhea. Come on, all you big, strong man. Uncle Sam needs your help again. Yep. And this was a fun album. It had a tribute to Janis. Really good stuff. And their third album, Together, is pretty good. Then their fourth album, Here We Are Again, On Down the Road Again. It's okay. It's not the best. But this title song is good. The next band you know a lot. I don't have to spend much time about it. Cream. This is the original one on Atco. This is more blues rock, but it's still very psyche. And then you get full-blown psych with Disraeli Gears. What an album. Holy moly. This has got everything on it. Strange Brew, Tales of Brave. I'm sure you have this. If you don't, you better get it. This is the next one, Wheels of Fire. And this one, it's a lot of live stuff from Fillmore and other places. And it's got one studio album. This is the original tin foil on Atco. And I managed to get a mint copy of the tin foil. It wasn't easy. I got it at the Cherry Record Show in Chicago many years ago. This is an acquired taste for some. It's endless jamming, but it's good. It's definitely worth having. If nothing else for that cover. Holy moly. And then the last one is Goodbye Cream. Is kind of all the leftover stuff. There's many other Cream albums that came out because, you know, the companies saw an opportunity to make money off Cream. So there's a lot of live albums. They even had a comeback album, or I should say a comeback concert, Royal Albert Hall, which I have the CD of, which is decent. Although Clapton isn't playing the same kind of guitar anymore. Less wah-wah, more straight stuff. But there's a lot of that stuff. Next we have a nice little psych. And that is the Chrome Circus. And this is really, I mean, what else could it be but psych? Huh? You're not gonna get country music. Well, actually, you would. Everybody was having psychedelic covers for a while there, but you know this has got to be psychedelic. Yes, it is. It's a good one. I rate it at least 3 stars. Some of it's downer because it talks about breaking up with his girlfriend and stuff, but overall, this is a really Jim Dandy one. I give it 3 stars. I noted about 5 songs on it that I must listen to. The Chrome Circus. And it is in the main collection. Next we have Crow. And I believe Crow was from the Midwest. Evil Woman was their big hit. Crow, very psychedelic, especially early on. Later on they became more and more hard rock. Not essential, but again, if you see it for $1, $2, $3, it's going to give you a couple weeks worth of joy. The third album, Crow. Lots of crow. Lots of crow. So eat crow, you'll enjoy it. Next we have the Cryan Shames. And they say, oh, that's not psych. Well, it's very poppy psych. And as I said before, a lot of psych collectors like that light stuff. Like that early Bee Gees kind of stuff. And this is like that. They did have a few hits. This is their second album, a little more progressive. Synthesis. Not essential, but you'll enjoy it. Then we've got Crystal Mansion. Ooh, that looks sinister, doesn't it? Crystal Mansion. It is a gatefold. If I can get it open here. Here we go. Oh, it's got the mystical eye inside here. The Crystal Mansion. Well, they did good on the graphics. How good did they do on the music? It's not essential. 2.5-star pop rock. Some good stuff. Let's see what we got here. 4-star pop rock. 3-star guitar. But it has strings on it. Country rock. Great psych, something. 4-star great psych. I knew it had to be her. And also is a great guitar psych. So this one has about 3 good songs on it. Definitely a dollar bin one. But it's worth checking out. Yep, there you go. Next is a great moody album. Oh boy, this is moody. I love this thing. And that's Curved Air. Female vocals, yes, but it's got that kind of the European mystical mood sound to it. Curved Air. Sort of like Tangerine Dream or early Pink Floyd. Curved Air. Really nice stuff. I remember hearing this weird but good psych. Weird but good. And I believe the original of this, I don't have it. I believe the original had like some cutting on the vinyl. So kind of like when you're spinning on the turntable, you can have like a trip watching it or something. But mine doesn't have that. I could just be mistaken there. Who knows? This is a later Curved Air. It's not in the main collection. Curved Air was not a successful band by any stretch of the imagination, but it was an FM favorite for a while there, and it was really good. And my last record, almost last, getting there, is a great psychedelic local label, very rare and also very good. And these guys are from Lumberton, North Carolina. The Sickle. Now this one I love so much. I bought a reissue of this, and then I loved it so much I gotta get the original. So I got the original. Now, whether you should get an original or a reissue, it's always up to you. Of course, the originals cost a lot more. A lot of people are satisfied with the reissues. I'd say get the reissue. If you absolutely have to have it, get the original. This is on one of those weird label. It's Label Records. But it's amazing psych. Worth every penny, whatever you pay for it. It is in the main collection. Okay, only a couple more and then I'll wrap it up for the C's. And then we'll do D's next. And that's Red Rubber Ball by the Sick Man. I know what you're saying, oh, that's not psych. That's just pop. Well, again, there's some pop psyche stuff on here. I mean, these guys were late 60s, early 70s. They knew what was going on out there. And there is some pop on here. But there was also some psych. And I'm sure you heard that song. Like a red rubber ball. And actually, we're in the D's now. So that's it, folks. Again, thank you for sticking with me so far. I see I have some subscribers. Thank you. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you. And we will see you again.